Well, the second demo for Wolong has dropped. I've had enough caffeine to give a small animal a stroke, and I am hype as all shit for Wolong. Bring it on. Give it to me. Give me all the Wolong. I'm so excited. I was not as excited after the first demo, actually. The parry mechanic in the first demo, I didn't really get it. It didn't make a lot of sense to me. It kind of felt unrefined and janky. Could have just been me sucking. That's probably true. Probably the case. But it just didn't make sense to me, and I didn't get it. Here, I get it. It feels right. It feels fluid. It feels responsive. It makes sense to me. And I had a lot of fun using it. The martial art mechanic that they introduced feels like maybe it might get tweaked. I don't know. Right here, I had whole ass fights against Zhang where I just stun locked his entire first phase using this. However, he does get out of it right here by going into, and I liked that. I like that you have to be careful not to overcommit to something because he will bounce out of it. Which, to me, like, the parry button is the same as the roll button. Now, at first, I fucking hated that. I thought, well, that's fucking stupid. However, I do think that it teaches you to be much more deliberate and much more cautious in what you're trying to do and not overcommitting. And it helped me figure out how Wolong wants to be played to some degree. It's similar to Sekiro, I guess, where the game wants you to deflect and it wants you to know that rhythm. And I think Wolong is going for something similar here. Now, normally I don't really like to compare these games to Souls, Neo 2, Wolong. To me, they feel more like spiritual successors, I guess, to Ninja Gaiden. But there seems to be a very clear inspiration or influence from the Souls games on these. So maybe it's fair to talk about it that way. I don't like to hear Souls-like, or that term. I fucking hate it. But I get why people do it. I get why people use it. So, for the one person, maybe, that listens to this might be kind of a hot take. Okay. I love Elden Ring, parts of it. However, it is my least favorite Souls game. Now, even my least favorite Souls game is still one of my favorite games, right? But so much of Elden Ring felt like overtuned nonsense that was just unnecessary, just horse shit. And maybe they designed a lot of it around the Ash summons and everything. I don't care. It just felt overtuned to me. And there were just so many things that I didn't love. So I had this void, I guess, after Neo 2. Neo 2 being one of the best games that I've ever played. I fucking love Neo 2. Oh, I love Neo 2 so much. And I thought Elden Ring would, fill that void. And in some ways, maybe it did. But overall, I don't know, maybe it kind of didn't. So I have a lot of expectations, a lot of hype around Wolong. One thing that I do hope that they change for the actual release is to not have NPCs fight with you in bosses. I don't like it. And it's not because of some argument I have for difficulty or it makes bosses too easy. It is not a dick measuring contest or anything like that. I don't care how other people play or anything. I have no problem using other players or summons. But here, I don't like split aggression. I wanted that move focused on me because I want to learn the bosses. I want to learn their moveset. The accomplishment that I have in these kinds of games is not just beating the boss, it's learning the boss and really mastering it so that there's a kind of a rhythm when you go into it, and there's a sense of accomplishment in knowing that you quote unquote mastered it. Especially if you're trying to do certain types of runs, not necessarily no-hit runs, but maybe speed runs or challenge runs, or maybe trying to do no-hits on bosses, which I actually really like, just to no-hit bosses. But that's what I'm kind of hoping they change that and don't do that in the full release. But I don't know, maybe if it's tied to like some significant part of the narrative or the lore or something like that, and the boss is designed around it. I could see that, and I'm fine with that. That's cool. But all of the bosses in this demo feel very balanced. They feel very fair while still, doing a lot of damage and being very threatening and imposing. I like that, and I can't really think of any bosses in Nioh or Nioh 2 that felt like absolute just fucking horseshit, just unbalanced garbage. There were bosses that I prefer over other bosses. Don't get me wrong, but I can't really think of any boss that just felt bad, that just felt like overtuned crap. So, and they're carrying on that tradition here. This final boss in the demo reminds me of a boss in Nioh 2. And if you've played Nioh 2, I think you know who I'm talking about. It was a really cool way to end the demo, this massive beast enemy. I feel like the parry system is perfectly integrated into it, though. Being as big as it is, as threatening as it is, as imposing as it is. I feel like they did a really great job of really making it feel right at home with the system that they are using. Yeah, this whole demo has me so fucking hyped for Wolong. I can't even express it. Oh, Jesus. So excited. So excited. Yeah. Hopefully I get better. I still get fucked up from time to time. It's not without its difficulty, but it doesn't feel difficult in the way that I think the first Nioh felt at times. The first Nioh maybe had some balancing issues, maybe to some degree here or there. Overall, it felt great, but I feel like they really refined it and really made it, I think, perfect in Nioh 2, and if Wolong is in any way a successor or an extension of what they were able to accomplish with Nioh 2, I am so fucking in. I'm all in. Let's hit it. Let's do it. Fuck, I'm in. I'm all in. Yay, let's do it. So this boss is about to end, I think. Parry. Yeah. So I'm curious, like, if other people are really excited for Wolong, as excited as I am. This comparison with the Nioh and the Souls games and everything like that, even though I think it's sometimes unfair. I don't know, if you like difficult games, if you like games centered around big bosses, hopefully you love it. What do you think? Are you as excited for Wolong as I am? Are you hype as shit like I am? What did you think of Elden Ring? What did you think? What did you think of the demo?